Hello everyone. I'm excited to be sharing with you my Spirit of Benedict Award essay called Never Alone. While I wish I was reading this in our beautiful chapel, I guess at home is going to have to do. Never alone. When I was a little girl, I grew up on a petting zoo. The youngest of 5, I couldn't do much work on the farm, but I was able to sit and watch my family as they shuffled around. One sister sat at a table and painted faces, while another sang songs to a group of kids. My dad gave pony rides, my mom welcomed people at the gate, and another sister sold our infamous kettle corn. Everyone had a job and a role to play. When one person wasn't there, the puzzle was not complete. I didn't know then what growing up on a petting zoo would instill in me. I didn't know that it would show me the importance of community at such a young age. In life, we often want to focus on ourselves and only ourselves. It's so easy to get caught in that trap. Thankfully, I learned young we are all parts of a whole and that each of us has a role to fill. When I came to Mount Marty, these standards I brought with me were reinforced. The rule of Benedict says we are called to serve each other and to work in communion with others. It teaches us that we are all pieces working toward a common goal. There's one thing that makes Mount Marty unique. It's the community. There aren't many places where you find a campus of people all willing to help each other grow. Campus where the trials of our neighbors aren't seen as burdens, but rather opportunities to build each other up. One of my favorite Bible verses is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11, which tells us, "Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up." I think this could be the motto of Mount Marty. I've seen this motto play out time and time again over the last 4 years. One of my fondest memories was my first college stage experience, Suds, the Rocking 60s musical. My first college production proved to be a challenge. There was a lot I had to learn. I recall one practice when I was struggling to hit a note. As the opening night drew closer and closer, I started to get more stressed and worried I wouldn't be able to hit the note. One night, after practicing several times with Dr. Tice, the choir director at the time, he knew I was struggling, and all he said was, "You're killing it, kid." He saw how distressed I was, and in a couple words, he completely lifted my spirits. His encouraging words helped me to open my eyes to the supportive community around me. Time and time again, the people at Mount Marty have stepped up when I needed them the most. When I got a poor review on one of my teaching lessons, Jen was there to walk me through it. When I was nervous about a prestigious interview, the business office ladies, my work study friends, talked me up and calmed me down. And when I was crumbling from the stress of everyday life, Jim and Andy always had the theater door open, and their smiling faces always greeted me. I've spent hours staying in Jim's office while putting off the real world. And now, my senior year at Mount Marty has been cut short. And while my instinct is to feel upset towards the college, instead I see Mount Marty has prepared me for this moment. It has instilled in me a sense of community so deep that while I grieve senior year memories not to be made, I know it's the best thing for the college, for Yankton, for South Dakota, and for our country. Mount Marty has prepared us well for this abrupt change, but it was not through an email with guidelines, stats, and information. They prepared us when we stepped onto campus for the first time, instilling in us the deep sense that we are all part of a community. When they gave me this gift, they taught me that though I may feel upset, I must put the greater good before me. And this is something that I will take with me from this place, the sense to serve the greater good over myself, the feeling that we are all in this together and need to look out for one another. Next fall, when I have students in my classroom, I hope they know I am here for them. I hope to pass on to them what I've learned here at Mount Marty. This feeling that even in the darkest times, when I want to focus only on myself, I need to continue to turn to my neighbor to see how they're doing. I believe this is why I went into teaching, for the opportunity to turn to a whole group of people and say, "How are you doing, and what can I do to help you?" This is what I've learned at Mount Marty, and what I know I will carry with me when I leave this place. I would not have gotten where I am today without the community here at Mount Marty. They have truly shown me the greatest of these is love. They've taught me to listen before I speak, love before I judge, and to pray before I worry. My only regret is that it ended so soon. That my last days with my role models, my professors, my friends, my theater family, and my business office family came to an end so soon. It's heartbreaking to think of all the memories we missed out on, and yet is that not also reassuring? Is it not reassuring to know that we found a place that made leaving early so hard? This community has meant so much to me that leaving early felt like I momentarily lost a piece of myself. But believe it or not, even while learning at home, I have felt the community of Mount Marty. I have felt love and guidance even as we navigate through a difficult time. Life is not easy. Mount Marty never told us it would be. What they told us was, we are never alone, and we will never be alone. And that's what matters. They helped us recognize, even in the darkest times, we are never alone, and that we are all part of the community. I'm glad I found this place, this community, and this family. And as my senior class goes out into the world in an abrupt manner to find their new norm and where they will land in this next chapter of their life, I wish I could tell them, you're killing it, kid.